Hello, hello. We're back with a better mic, hopefully. Because, fuck, am I irritated after work today. But it doesn't matter because at least I get to leave. At least I get to go home. At least I didn't fucking die there. That's all that matters. Because, fuck, there's a high likely chance it could have happened at any point but I'm grateful that I at least made it out without being too pissed off today, to the point of being irritated and just snapping, because fuck, are some people just dumb. Like I've realized that a lot of people who are in management positions believe they are more intelligent than the people who are operating equipment every single day. Like, they believe they know more than everybody around them because they're in a position of power, which is crazy to me. Because it's a lie. It's a false narrative. The reason you're in a management position is not that you were good at the job you did before. Hell, it's not even because you're good at being a manager most of the time. It's because you know the owner half the time. Or you've worked there long enough that no one else wanted the job, now you have it. That's how most managers get there. Some of them do become management because, well, they're good at managing people. That's the difference. You're not good at working, you're not good at welding. No, you're good at getting people together and planning. You're likable. That's why you're in a management position. You are not the smartest person in the room. That is something I've realized too, that people have the ego thinking they are the most intelligent person when they walk into a room. That is why they think, that's why they get to tell you what to do, is that's their thought process, is, well, I'm smarter than you because I'm in a higher position than you. No. There are so many factors for you to become a manager. One of them can be intelligence. The other is not. But that's a difference. What I've realized is I am not the smartest person out there, and I never will be, because I do not have the time to learn every single detail of everything. I don't have the money nor the time to do that. Because, think about it. If you wanted to become the smartest person in the entire world, you would have to be able to think logically to the point of it being rigid and having the imagination to where it's freeing, and being able to have the ability to learn from others without having a massive ego. Two of those are very contradictory. If you are logical to the point of where you are rigid, you cannot be imaginative. Because, think about it. When people are very logical, they do exactly what they're told. They're not imaginative. They don't try and prove they're trying to improve this field. They will at some point, because they will find an easier way to do it. But for a very long time, they will do the exact same motions repetitively to the point of second nature. Meaning, you will be able to be an amazing logical thinker, but you don't have the imagination to God damn, to innovate. That is why a lot of the smartest people out there are very imaginative, but not always the most intelligent. I know that doesn't sound smart from what I'm saying. It's not conveying the thought process I'm having. A lot of people who have considered the smartest and most, best people to follow, guess what? A lot of them just imagined a thing, got together with someone, told them their idea, and then they together made the idea work because they didn't understand it, but the person they were talking to did, but they had the imagination. Think about it. Coaching. Let's do a general sense. Coaching is one of the most simple factors that you can have in life. You can coach someone really easily. The problem is the person has to listen to you. They have to think that you are more well versed in the subject you are speaking to them or teaching them than they are. And that's really hard when you're younger than the person. Even no matter how much research you do, the reason the person does not trust you is because you're young. That is the biggest problem about being a younger person and a person who is willing to learn the most. Because in a lot of people's eyes, when you were young, you were dumb. I'm not gonna lie, this is not true. This is not factual. Most of the time, when you are very young, you are very stupid because you do not have the experience that they do. But if you do not have a young mind, you do not have the ability to be imaginative. You don't have the ability to think outside the box. Because you are stuck in your ways when you were older. There's a high likely chance that you do not actually, innovate on what you're learning, on what you're doing. Because you're too busy trying to do the exact same thing the same way you've been taught and the same way you've been doing it for years. And you're not going to let someone who just came into this field tell you otherwise. Which is okay, because I don't know everything, but you think you do because of your ego. Not because you genuinely know everything, because you can't. Because the world keeps on turning while you get stuck in the same the same cycle of doing the same thing over and over because it was just what you did. It's real crazy. Because you cannot let that be your crutch. Because if you do, the world will pass you by. But that is not just the biggest problem I have with the older generations of people I work with and stuff like that. It is the newer guys around my age that I have a problem with, who have massive egos, that they think they know everything because everyone's been telling them they're great at what they do. So they stop learning, they stop listening, they stop trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. That's detrimental to your ability to be better in your field and as a human. Because if you cannot have the ability to, if you do not have the chivalry or the ability to listen to everybody who is new to this field or any field and ask them why they think this, like act like you know nothing and ask them why they think this and why this is going to work, they're not going to learn. Crazy concept. Is you will not learn if you just think you are the only person that knows everything. And it's an amazing thing. When you believe when you make people believe you are not, like you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and you listen to what people say, you will learn a lot of interesting things. There's a coach that I follow. He does this. He used to do this until he got really popular. He would talk to someone and ask, "Why do you think that?" And they would give him some random answer, and he would ask why, and they would just say, "Well, that's the way I've known it for years." It's not thinking. That's just generationally being told the same thing over and over. That's just passing down ignorance to ignorance. The same thing with racism and stuff like that. I have talked to many people who do not believe in evolution, even though it is factual. It has been proven multiple times on how evolution happens. There is too many facts around evolution and gravity alone for you to dismiss so many things. But that is the paradox of ignorance. Believing you know everything, but you don't, and then finding out that this goes against what you've believed for the entire time of your life. It's crazy. I understand why some people can't believe that we are descendants of apes, but the problem is that is the only shared genome we have. They're also the only similar mammals out there. Every other mammal does not have thumbs and 5 toes. Yes, their feet look like hands. That's crazy. But they also don't run on 2 legs. Meaning, they don't need a wide front base and a narrow back like we do. They climb. They climb way better than us. This is why evolution and Darwinism is such a well-known and easy thing to recite and say. I don't know everything, but from what I've seen and what I've read, I believe I know a little bit. But then again, I can be proven wrong because evolution is a theory, so is gravity. Because there is nothing concrete. Because there is always something that can be said, maybe it doesn't work that way. Because if we find evidence, it can rewrite our theory, rewrite the understanding we have on this. But hey, I'm just some guy on the internet. Have a good day. See you later.